Hey there, and welcome back to another episode of One by One. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of mining. I just want to show you guys how you can do a little bit of mining around. Caves out in the open are probably one of your most dangerous areas. Skeletons can shoot you, you're open to creepers, you're open to zombies, you're open to pretty much everything against the world. So you have to be very, very careful while mining. I sort of cleared the area already by getting rid of a couple zombies, but other than that, this area is probably still pretty dangerous, so I wouldn't put it past anything to sneak up on me and try and get a quick bite out of my head. So let's see if we can get down there and get this iron without actually taking any damage. Let's see, that's a block and a half. That's 2 blocks. Oops, this would be a block and a half. So let's go down. And then this would make us stand up, so block and a half, get under there, pick up all the iron, and then go back up. See how sort of weird it is to go down into just little pits and get materials that you've dug up? See how it goes down? It goes down half a block, and then you have to make sure you're still in your one by one. You have to get back down to the entire bottom area, and then get back up without getting out of your one by one. See how mining can get a lot more complicated? And actually, in my opinion, mining's a lot more fun now because there's a risk to it. There's a pure risk to it that you're not allowed to get out of this little state you're in. And so this risk that you're in, that you can't get out of this state, is actually pretty fun and exhilarating, I can't lie. All right, now see, we're going to have a couple visitors with us. We have this zombie villager, we have this creeper, which is going to be really, really scary because he could pretty much ruin everything in one fellow explosion. So we got to be really careful of this creeper and this zombie that could sort of sideswipe us. We're gonna just have to. Oh, okay, I hit the creeper. We're just gonna have to be really careful with how we're positioning ourselves. Now, I'm not actually sure if it's really easy for them to get me like this, but I'd like to assume. Oh, uh, go. This is nerve-wracking because he can still clearly see me. Okay. Oh, that was too close for comfort. I didn't like that. I did not like that at all. Hey, we found some nice lapis. How about that? That's gonna help with enchanting sooner or later, since that's my goal pretty soon, get enchanting and then go do a little bit more dangerous things like the nether and stuff. Pretty much that's the point of this mining trip right now, actually. I just want to get a whole bunch of supplies so we can start getting a move on doing a little bit more dangerous and exhilarating things. Oh man, I just poked my head out of this hole just to see a creeper right here. That was terrifying. But now he doesn't really seem to want to do anything with me. Yes, he does. Never mind. So maybe we should invest in a little bit of a better sword than wooden, because this wooden one takes a while to kill things, and it's always nerve-wracking because I feel like they're going to end up killing me. Hup. Okay, there we go. Alright, check for any other dangers. Let's go get this gunpowder, actually. I'd like this gunpowder. So, let's go like this, and then slowly work our way down. Let's see, that would be a full block, so we need to go like this. And then, see, this is going to be tricky. This is going to be one of the hardest parts about getting down into this cave, because this is going to be a very, very random placement of half slabs. Let's see if we can just sort of uh grab this. There we go. Let's place a torch over there and get back up into our little cubby hole and continue mining. So I can confirm that, in fact, spruce trees do grow underground. They grow quite short, just like all of the other trees, but they do grow. So people who want to use the spruce that are also using this challenge, go ahead, grow some trees underground, although it needs to be about 7 tall for them to grow, along with the normal oak trees, I believe. Sooner or later, we're going to expand this a lot and get a lot more trees in here, but for right now, this is sort of working okay. Actually, you know what? Let's expand it this episode. So, you know what? This episode, we're going to expand the tree farm. So, we're going to expand the walls out around 2 each way, this way and that way. I'm thinking 2 each, both ways, is going to give us enough space for the trees to be able to grow a little bit better and a little bit faster. That's the hope. Since, oh, okay, I guess I guess we're only going one this way. I guess we'll go another two this way just to make up for this wall. But apparently, since there's a river right here, we're not going to be able to do much with this wall. Actually, well, maybe we can still bring this wall back too, but we're still going to bring that wall back over maybe 3 or 4 now. So I finish up expanding. I expanded this wall out one, and I accidentally missed that entire row up there because I couldn't reach it. I expanded this one out two, and I expanded that one out two, and now what we're doing is just slowly digging ourselves around to make our little trench so we can walk around confidently, and hopefully this area underneath here is going to fit 2 trees. That's the hope, that's the dream. If it only fits one, but it grows it up actually big and tall, then I'll be fine with that since it'll probably give me a little bit more wood than what it was before. But this is going to be a bigger project. This is probably going to be a little bit bigger of a project because underground tree farms pretty much require a lot of space to grow. And it takes a while to actually dig out the areas that it needs to grow. So it's going to be an ongoing experiment and an ongoing project that we're going to be expanding this out to be able to grow more and more trees. But for right now, this is good enough. Let me go grab a couple saplings, plant them down, and I'll bring you back and we see if they grow. So I can confirm that both trees do actually grow, which is a very, very good sight since we're going to be using a lot of wood, obviously. And that means that I'm going to have to wait a little bit less time to be able to do more projects in the world. Since we're going to have to wait less time for wood, we can just sort of chill here, wait for a couple trees to grow, and then continue on our merry way. It's time for me to wait for a couple trees to grow to get some saplings, to get some wood, and then we'll be back to continue on once again. So after a long time of waiting, grass actually made it down to the tree room. Now it's just a matter of time until it spreads into there. But for right now, I have to go back and replace all of these half slabs down that I had before because I had to remove them for the grass to actually spread. There we go. And now my plan is to make this tunnel and maybe a little bit of the tree room fancy. For right now, let's just focus on the pathway here. So after searching around for a little bit, I actually got around 2 stacks of pulse and a sight, and I want you to just look at the sky when some lightning flashes through this glass, because it looks really cool. Didn't that look really cool? I thought it looked really cool. I just wanted to show you guys that. But let's get to work on the pathway here. So, as I said in the last episode, each one of them I sort of want to be color coordinated. So this one's going to be spruce, this one's going to be normal oak, dark oak, and birch. I think that's going to make it look really cool and really neat. So I want to mix the actual normal oak slabs with some andesite. I think this and some stone variants are going to be our main themes, seeing as this one's already stone brick. And I think we're going to do the sort of striped pattern down again. So I'm going to get to work on doing the andesite on one little layer, on one little side first, and then I'll be back with you to show you a little update. So all the andesite is made in its little strips. Now it is time for me to place down all the oak. So the pathway's all finished. It's looking pretty good. I like the design. Again, it's sort of like the design on the other side. Well, it's exactly the design on the other side, just with some blocks changed. But I want to do a little bit down here at the tree room. I can't exactly reach up at the walls, and I don't really have a design for the walls. So for right now, what I'm thinking is we're just going to do a little bit of designing here with the little walls that I walk next to. We're just going to sort of fill them in with a little bit of dirt and a little bit of andesite, or not a little bit of dirt, a little bit of wood and a little bit of andesite, and sort of copy the design down there. I think that's going to look pretty good, and then we'll figure out what to do next. This is actually starting to shape up real well. I'm actually really liking the grass coming in. It's giving the room a lot better of a color. It's making it stand out a little bit more. But I don't know about you. I don't exactly want to keep walking up and down back to the chest room every single time I need something for the little tree room we have. So I'm thinking right over here, we're going to do a little bit of a room, just a small little room here, about 5 big and then 5 across, just just going that way so we can have a little bit of a storage room for all the saplings and stuff we get, as obviously sooner or later we're probably going to have some sort of overflow and we're going to have a little bit more storage, a little bit more close hand. Plus, I think it gives it a little bit better of a depth if you can see a couple rooms going in. Maybe, actually, since this is the farming area, maybe this will be the chest room at the start, but sooner or later we'll make it into some farms. Actually, that's a pretty good idea. Hold on one second. So here's my plan now. We're actually going to make a little bit of a river going across here, or a little bit of a pond actually. How about just a pond? So right about there, we should be able to place the water. The water should fall in. And yes, okay, fantastic. Now I just need to go get a little bit more water to make this so it's not a flowing water source, and then we'll be set and we'll continue back on with the chest room. All right, our little pond is done, and now it is time to continue working on our chest room. Here's a little good look at the pond. It's, again, a really small pond because this area is really small, but I think it looks nice, and I think it adds a little bit to the room in terms of depth and, again, a little bit more color, which is what we needed. Plus, it makes it look a little bit more naturey with a little bit of a water feature. And so, I just added the pillars to this little chest room. Let's add the pillars to the corner again in each little corner just so we have the same running theme in the design. Let's bring this back at least one more. I'm feeling that this chest room, little bit small, and foo doo 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 doo. Okay. Now let's place the pillars in the corner of the room like so. Boom, 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 boom. And this corner as well. Get rid of the gravel, grab this iron, and then place the oak. Then we're going to get rid of this little top layer right here on every single side like this so we can fill it in with the andesite that we have. We're going to plop some torches down right there. Actually, no, they're there, because that will keep the room sufficiently lit up. These bottom little pieces will obviously get replaced by wood, so let's replace it with the wood like this. Boom, boom, boom. Let's place a crafting table in here for some ease of access right at the doorway. So we have a really quick, easy way to just walk in, grab a chest there, or there, and craft. 9 chests. That's a little bit overboard since we don't actually have that much space, but that's good since now we have the entire room filled. We can put all of our little nature stuff in these ones, but we're also going to plant some sugarcane next to this water, just in some little random spots like this. And there we go. So, what we did this episode is this pathway. We did a little bit of mining. We started the tree room. It's already growing fantastically. We expanded the tree room. We added a little bit of a puddle and a chest room. So I think that's pretty good for this episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode of One by One, and I hope to see you in the next one. Remember, stay fancy and peace out. Bye bye.